This is the Free Heel Life Podcast, episode 39. I'm your host, Josh Madsen, coming at you from the Free Heel Life shop in Salt Lake City, Utah. And it's another week, my friends, of Telemark land, and I'm here to bring you some guests and information about Telemark, and I'm super psyched for today because we're going to go all the way to Italy to talk with my new friend, Lena Attorresi. And hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. I actually speak Portuguese, so I kind of screw up all the other Latin languages when I say names. So, Lena, if you're listening, Attorresi is about as good as I can do and not totally butcher it with an American accent. So, to let you guys know a little bit about Lena, she was born from the love of two ski instructors in 1990 in Austria and raised in the Italian Appennini. Now resides in Livigno, Italy. Her greatest passion has always been skiing and racing until her 18th year in FIS competition. After becoming a ski instructor in 2010, she decided to settle in the Alps where she focused on freestyle, freeride, and telemark skiing. After a few years, she became a ski and freestyle ski coach and currently coaches the Livigno Freestyle Ski Club. When she realized that she only wanted to ski and teach all the children in the world, she began to move around the southern hemisphere, accumulating many seasons of experience, including Italy, France, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Chile, Argentina, and these are some of her best memories. She's currently also started a TelemarKids Project, and couldn't be more excited to talk to her in this episode. Hope you enjoy it. All right, Lena, welcome to the Free Heel Life Podcast. How are you doing today?
Hello, thank you for inviting me. I'm really fine. We had a good day today in the mountains, so it's always nice to be out.
I love that. Where are you? Where do you live right now?
Right now, I live in Livigno since 9 years. I moved to the Alps because in the center of Italy it was always not so much snow. Like we had 2 or 3 snow showers per year, per winter. So I decided to move to Livigno because it's as well the coldest place in Italy and the highest city, also town, ski town. So I decided to move here to have more ski days on snow.
I love that. I love Livignio. For those of you listeners out there that don't know where it is, it's literally the very, very top of Italy. So it's a beautiful town in this valley, and there's some great skiing to be had. But you know, I can't even remember the last time I've been. It's probably been 15 years. And we probably know a few of the same people. Luca Gasparini's an old friend of mine.
Yeah, Luca Gasparini's my friend as well.
Yep.
He's for me, he's we can say I have more gurus, but he's one of my favorite telemark gurus.
He is a telemark guru, that is for sure.
He's always teaching telemark, and he decided to do as well this Telemark journal that came out 1 week ago, so or more or less 2 weeks ago. And I was really happy he asked me because we were all in quarantine in Italy. We were 2 months in the house, in our flats. We couldn't go out, and so I decided I had to take this chance to write something about Telemark, about my trips.
I love that. And you know, the other person that came to mind from Livignio was is the Hotel Posta still there?
Hotel Post, Fausto.
It was Luigi,
yes, he's Luigi Martinelli. He's still here with us. He's skiing and taking some nice pictures sometimes.
Oh, I love that. That's cool. I stayed. I didn't stay in the Post. I remember I drank some beverages at the Post with some friends.
Some Taneda or Bombardino.
Yeah, one of those. We had a great time though, because I was there one of the last Las Quietas many years ago, so I got to go there twice. Beautiful, beautiful town, though.
Yeah, Las Quieta is the organization is not existing anymore. They decided to give up this year. It was the first year without Skieda. It was a bit sad because it's like everyone of Livignio waits April to do La Skieda, 1 week of just telemarking, and you never put out your boots, and it's nice. But new generation is coming and maybe organizing something new, and it's good to have chances to be part of it.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, and so before you kind of going back in time, I was kind of I was reading actually your bio on the M Equipment site, and it said you were actually born in Austria. Is that right?
Yes, my mom is from Austria.
Okay.
It's from Semmering. It's where there's it's a little mountain where the women do World Cup.
Okay.
And I was born there, but we moved to Rome, to Ostia, Lido. It's a beach. It's the beach from Rome. Because my father is from there, and he worked many years for an airline company, Alitalia. So my mom had to come to Italy, and I was grow up there by the beach.
That's not a bad place to grow up.
No. But my parents are both ski instructors, so every weekend we were moving to Ovindoli. It's another region. It's the Apennines.
Okay.
Where there's the Gran Sasso. It's big mountain above 3,000 meters. And
that's like kind of isn't it? How do you say Appennini?
Yes.
It's not quite as far north as up where Livignio is at, right? It's a little further south.
It's further south. It's from Rome. From Rome, it's 170 kilometers.
Gotcha.
So I'm not sure how many miles, but
yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, kilometers are fine.
And I was grow up there with my skiing skills. I was in the ski club till 18, and then I became ski instructor. And I said, okay, let's move to the Alps because we have much more snow here, and the season is longer, 2 months longer.
Wow, that's so cool. So you were always very passionate about skiing growing up then, just being around it, and obviously coming from kind of parents that were already ski instructors then.
When my friends started to go to the disco, to doing party, I was always training, and I preferred to be on the mountains and share skiing with other kids, and it was fun. It was a good choice.
That's amazing. So did you become a ski instructor when you moved to the Alps? Was that
I became ski instructor with 18 years.
Okay.
My dad was he was pressing me. He said, you have to do ski instructor because you need to work one day, and it's better you do it now that you are fresh from the races. So the last year that I degreed in school, I was 1 month earlier from my degree. I was ski instructor.
Wow.
And then I degreed after 1 month, and then 1 day later after my degree, I had a little fight with my dad because he was pressing, you have to do this and this and this, and for me it was a bit too much. But 1 day later I said, okay, ciao, I'm leaving home. I went to Les des Alpes. It's in France.
Okay.
It's a glacier, and I did my first summer season, we say, in the glacier. So I started to work with immediately 1 day after degree.
Wow, that's funny. That sounds like most parents and young people. Like you're just like, I'm out of here, and go on an adventure. That's how I was when I turned 18 and left home too. So I can relate to that.
And then I came home after 3 months of experience, and I said to my dad, thank you, because at the end it was the right choice, because I'm not so much in university. I didn't study, so I kept going on this street of skiing. So when I came back, he said, "Okay, now you have to become a ski coach in alpine racing." I said, "Okay, let's do this." So it was really fast, everything, but at the beginning, till 18 years, I will not. I'm not saying that I never see a twin tip ski, but in the south of Italy, we often practice more training like alpine skiing.
Yeah, more carving and on piste.
Yes, on piste and on the course, and this was only my skiing. So I was a little bit bored.
Yeah.
So after I came back from France, I said, there are the existing parks, and you can jump and so on. And then I discovered Telemark after 2 years later. So with 22.
Had you already moved to Livignio at that point?
Yes, I was before Livignio. I was living 2 years in Madonna di Campiglio. It's 4 hours from here away. It's in Trentino. And there was one guy, and he actually, I broke my LCL, we say it?
Yep.
And my meniscus. And there was one old man, and he said, "Okay, Lena, I give you my Telemark skis and the boots, and you have to keep it near the bed 6 months. And then the first day after 6 months of rehabilitation, you have to go on Telemark." So I said, "Okay, I will do this." So after 6 months of rehabilitation, I went to the glacier and I said, "Okay, let's do Telemark." So
wow. So it was kind of because you got injured and then kind of made this deal with this older guy?
Yes, actually, yes.
That's so funny.
My mom actually she's a telemarker. She's the telemarker in the family. And but I never was interested, and she never said, you have to do telemark. She always let the ski in the garage, and she said, if you want to go, you can take my skis. But I never was really interested. And then after freestyle and after skiing, and then I started with ski touring, and then I said, okay, telemark. Now I can't live without telemark.
Oh, that's so cool. So I mean, before you started doing it, obviously it was in the family. You had seen the equipment. It wasn't like it just came out of nowhere.
No. My mom had this. She's a big, not big girl, but Austrian, really typical Austrian with a stronger woman. So she has 42 of feet. And I have 37.
Oh wow!
So I put this telemark boots, and the skis were really 180, something like this. And I started only to do 180,
Wow.
180. But I was always falling the whole time. I was only lying with my face in the snow. And after this happened, it passed like 4 or 5 years when I become this telemark gear from this guy. This guy was this old man. He's Mariano Valkenover, and he was one of the most, I can say, he loved. He's not more with us. He died 2 years ago. But he was always going to resort, and he was selling telemark for free. So he went there with his team. He was building up all the festival, and then people could go there and could try telemark for free. And there was always big meals, but it was all for trying the first time telemark. So it was good. It was good.
Oh, sorry. Was he from Livignio as well?
No, actually, he's from Trento.
From Trento,
okay. And his group name was Telemark Snow Events.
Oh, I do remember that. I wonder if I ever met him, because there was one time I went to an event in Valsenales.
Yes, exactly there.
Oh, I probably met him because I was in Valsenales one year, which is a fantastic ski area, very cool place.
Yeah,
very unique too. That's actually a good spot because that's literally a mix of Austrian and Italian culture, in that
yes,
near
it's
Bolzano.
Tyrol.
Yeah, I mean, for the German side, it was Schnauzstal. But
Schnallstal, yes.
but it was always, I remember that trip was amazing because you would literally go into the lodge to get food, and it was like schnitzel on one side and pasta on the other.
Yes,
It was quite the mixture. So, but I think I do remember him. That was a really great event. That's cool. He was like kind of a telemark missionary cruising around, telling everybody.
Exactly. He was like this, and it was really nice from him that he sponsored this telemark equipment, and then I skied with this ski maybe 3 or 2 years, and then actually I bought my first telemark equipment.
Oh, that's so cool. I love those stories of like how people pass it on to somebody else like that. That's really neat. And so you came from a coaching background and then get into telemark. Did you start teaching telemark in a ski school in Livignio then after that?
So I started to teach telemark only after I did specialized in telemark, because we have no telemark instructor. Like, you have to become first telemark ski instructor, and then after ski instructor you can specialize in different disciplines.
Disciplines.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we could decide telemark or kids or blind people, or we have many courses. So I became a telemark instructor in 2018, not so many years ago.
Oh, okay. So just a few years ago.
Yes. And after that, I started to teach telemark. Before, I was like a bit criminal, because when Italian ski instructors see that you are not specialized in telemark and then you teach telemark, then they say, but you are not a telemark instructor. So I didn't want to burn out, how you say, like burn the grass where I'm living.
Yeah. They were gonna send the the
carabinieri. Yes.
Carabinieri after you.
Yeah, they would send me.
For people that don't know what that is, that's another interesting part of Italy too. Is am I pronouncing carabinieri?
Carabinieri, exactly.
Yeah, it's basically like mountain police, right?
Yes, they exist in the city too, but on the slopes we don't have like ski patrols.
Right.
We don't have ski patrols. We have police on the slopes.
And it's super.
So they tell you are too fast, and they do you
a speeding ticket.
Yes.
I know, and that's what it's funny because I don't remember that when I was in Italy multiple other times, but the last time I was there, I was skiing. I was visiting Oslo. I was at Scarpa, and we went up and did some skiing together up near there. And that was the first time that the Carabinieri, I saw their skis, and they had these white skis with Carabinieri like written on them, and it looked it was like a police car.
Skis.
Yeah, it was like a police car, but it was like police skis.
And they have the same colors of uniform, even if they are in town or if they are on the slopes. So you can recognize them because it's always the same person.
That's so wild. That's crazy. That's cool. So it's like state police, but on the mountain state police. I love it. Okay, so you finally specialized in telemark, and then is there a demand for it? Are people wanting telemark lessons in Livignio?
It's requested, but not too much, because even if we are in Europe and we have a big skiing culture, telemark is something that is not so requested. That's why I think it's good to tell people about telemark. And sometimes when we see good skiers or not so good skiers, we always say, why you don't try telemark? And maybe I sell it sometimes because you can get better in skiing when you try something different. If you ski, then sometimes you don't get better anymore. So I was saying, you have to try telemark once, and then one day we do telemark, and then maybe we come back to skis, and then we go telemark again. So we swapped a bit the materials.
Yeah.
So, and I was seeing that the kids, especially, they were progressing. So I decided. Before I became telemark instructor in 2016 in the summer, there was a rental here in Livigno. He was selling all the telemark booths because he said it was not a good deal. No one was renting telemark. So he said, I'm selling it. And I said, okay. I said, I will buy some. I will start with buying 3. So I started to buy these 3 telemark boots, and then I took some old skis from the rentals. They were throwing them away, and they said, no, it's not anymore good. And they said, no, give it to me. I need kids skis. It's okay it's a ski. It was good. They were good. They were fine. And then I met Per Gudstrale. He's a Norwegian.
Oh, Per. Telemark
yes.
Shark. Telemark Shark.
Yes. T-Shark.
T-Shark. Yes. I love Per. Per's a good guy.
Yeah, and he said, oh, Lena, okay, I help you to find some Rotterfeller free pin.
Yep.
So he sent it to me this during the summer. He sent me the binding, so I started to mount them. And then in 2017, I was not a telemark instructor, but I was doing it with my freestyle kids. I was training the Freestyle Club Livignio for 3 years. So I said to the kids, why we don't go to the park once with telemark skis? And all the parents were happy, and I started with them, but only with my experience. We're not experience from the Italian text. Can we say like this?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So you were the Freeride coach, and then basically put your own little kind of rental gear together, and then used an opportunity to train the Freeride team to make freestyle. Sorry, freestyle team kind of into a telemark thing. So is this where your TelemarKids project started?
Yes, it started like this.
Okay.
Because I saw like that, especially the kids, they need more like open views. It's not only racing, or it depends. If you want to become an Olympian, then it's good that you do just one thing.
Right.
But if you want to become like a good skier and like a 360, like complete skier, then I said to the kids, we need to try everything. And once we went we changed with the snowboard club, and the kids with snowboard went with me skiing, and then my kids went snowboarding, and the parents were really enthusiastic because they said, you give more chances to the kids. And so I was really hyped, and I said, okay, I need to search more equipment, because at the end I had only 3, and there were 7 kids.
Oh wow!
So it was okay. One round 1 hour, and then we changed, we swapped, but it was okay for the beginning.
How did you feel like that? Those setups. I think I was looking at some of the pictures on Instagram. It was mostly T2 boots, and then the 3-pin bindings on, like you said, just a used pair of skis. Did you feel like that was a good starter setup for these younger kids?
Actually, I need to tell that free pin is not the easiest telemark binding that is
No,
existing.
No, it's not.
but at the end, it's the only one for kids, no?
Yeah,
So,
there's actually some other options that that you can get into later on, and there's some cable bindings that you can use, and if the kids are big enough, they're not making the G3 Target anymore, but there is a the 22 Designs binding.
yes.
The Vice.
Yes.
That actually goes down to a 19 Mondo.
Really? I never tried, but it's a good tip.
Yeah, and it depends. But you're correct. Like, part of the problem is when they're really small kids and they're light, they don't weigh very much. 3-pin can be a good option because they can't even flex the cable. So
yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, there are some options. Yeah, we should talk about that sometime after the podcast, and we can share some ideas. But I was curious about that because that question comes up a lot in terms of, well, how do I get my kid into tele, and what kind of gear?
So I started with free pin because it was the only option that I had, as well because the free pin is a bit cheaper than the other binding, I think.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So I sponsored all my equipment nearly alone. So I said, okay, for the beginning, maybe I start with this free pin. I actually asked my boyfriend is a welder. He's a welder.
Uh-huh.
And so I said, we have to do something for kids, but the idea never finished. We say it's on course.
Oh, that's cool. Little side project.
Yeah.
I love that.
And because he's repairing as well some, Tele Bulldog as well. As well Tele.
Yeah, the 3-pin step in.
Yes, and as well sometimes we have friends that it broke, and he welded. He fixed them. So I said we have to do like a little telemark repairing something.
Oh, I love that. Does your boyfriend telemark?
He telemarks too.
Yeah.
He's not a ski instructor. He's actually he works with the big machines, like with moving earth.
Oh, okay, like bulldozers and stuff.
Yes, but he's from Livigno, so he's passionate skier and telemarker, and he is as well good skier. I can say he's a good skier.
Are you better? I guess that's the question. Are you?
No, I cannot say it loud because he's on the door next door.
I won't put you in that position. So that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Well, that's cool. So you get the TelemarKids Project going, and
yes.
Did it seem like having those younger kids on the mountain made other parents and kids interested in it?
I think yes, because I was always part. After I like in 2015, I met Per, this Norwegian guy, and I was skiing in Hintertux off piste, and he said to me, Lena, but if you throw yourself down like this and you have a racing background, why you don't participate in the World Cup circuit? And I said, I don't know. I never know that it was existing something like this in Telemark too. So he introduced me a bit in the Norwegian team. I could ski with them few days. And then he said, you have to call your federation and tell that you want to race for World Cup Italy. So I said, okay, let's do. I called the federation. So I started to compete in World Cup I did maybe 8 races in 3 years, we can say, 8 competitions.
Oh, that's good.
And I had as well I think I was not the best because the Swiss girls and the Norwegian and the German.
They're so good.
Zimmermann, and they are all really good. Amélie Raymond, and I was only happy to be part of all the people over the circuit, because it's so small. It's like a small community, the World Cup. So I did some competitions, and then there was the 2 years later there was always the Freehill opening, the
Hintertux.
Yes, in Hintertux, organized by Richard Schurf, and the same day was as well the competition, like the World Cup. So it came the year that I said they had to decide or to compete or to do something for the smallest generation. So I said, okay, Lena, you have not a great future in World Cup, because I'm more free rider, and I was not. It was fun. It was a good experience, but I never wanted to dress again the race suit, and it was too much competition. So I said, okay, let's do something for the kids. So I called Richard and I said, I want to do something for the new generation. I always see that there are clinics for beginners, clinics for advanced telemarker, and then clinics for free ride. And I said, why no one is doing something for kids? I just asked like this. And he said, I don't know why no one is doing something like this. And I said, okay, then I will do it. So I searched more telemark booths around rentals.
Mm-hmm.
I buy everything, and when I saw good deals on internet, I invest my money in the gear, and I found more skis, and then I started. When was it the first time? 2017, yes, the Freehill opening in November. So I said to Richard, okay, let's do. And the first time there were 2 kids. First course I did, there were only 2. One kid from Czech Republic, so we couldn't speak really much.
Oh wow!
Because it was not the same language, but he was like 7, and I said, okay, then just let's have fun. And I always did like this sign, like look my eyes, and we just spoke with hands, we can say.
Oh wow!
And then there was an Italian. He was 6, and at the end, all the parents were really happy, because they said, it's cool, because I can do a telemark course and I don't have to take care about my kid, because Lena is taking a kids course, so there was the same hours. So I was with the kids. The parents was happy. They could ski, telemark, and drink a beer. And the kids were the whole day with me, and it started like this. And it's getting always more interest as well for the parents. They always ask me, can you sell me your boots? And I said, no, I'm sorry. It was so hard to get them, and I say always no.
That's hard. People always want to buy the kids. That's why I was curious, because we have the same problem. We have kids setups, and then you end up getting it all together, and then somebody rents it, and then they want to buy it because they can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah. So I just sell one, because like the kid said, no, she was nearly crying, and she said, no, please, Lena, I want this boot. And I said, okay, it's only a secret between us. Okay, you can have the boots, but you will be the only one, because I need these boots for the other kids. And she understood, and the parents told me, when she will grow up, we will give you the boots back, even if we buy them, but we will give you back, because it was nice from you, he told me.
Oh, that's so cool. So are you doing, so is the TelemarKids Project kind of, whenever there's a festival, you're kind of doing clinics, or is it like a week? Do you have a weekly thing in Livignio that is also that?
No, actually I started with this, I'm a freelancer here in Livigno. I work for my own. So when I have kids, like the parents not everyone knows telemark, no? So I start maybe 3 days with normal skis. Then I say, why you don't change? And we do 1 day freestyle, and then in the last day, the day, the 2 last day of the course, I say, okay, we do telemark. So the kids go away. After 1 week, they try 3 different types of ski, and I started like this, and then I'm moving with the Telemark festival. Like, actually, I'm always going to Hintertux, to Davos, Schweizer Telemark Festival.
Yep.
They did 10 years last year, a big festival, and then in Mürren, where I met Teletai.
Yeah, Teletai, and you got to go ski together. That was
it was
awesome.
cool. It was good. And in this year, maybe I'm trying to introduce these little clinics for the ski clubs. So kids that train only in gates. So I'm sending emails to different ski clubs, and I'm saying if they wanna do 1 day like open day telemark. I have some answers. Someone is not interested, but it's okay. Not everyone has to love it, no?
Right, but so that's kind of a cool approach. So it seems like you're kind of looking for these opportunities, whether it's a telemark festival or having a telemark day with existing ski clubs or programs, and you're coming in as the expert saying, hey, I have the equipment, let me, for those that are interested, I can offer my services, kind of thing.
Yeah, this is like this as well. I have now like 8 telemark booths for kids, but it's always one number, like 19, 20, 21, 22.
One of each size.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's a bit difficult to match for everyone the booth, but till now everything worked. Sometimes I put out the insole, so it's a number bigger. It's
right.
it's not easy because as well, no one is producing, I think, anymore so small boots, or I'm not sure. I found some on internet, but I don't know if Garmont is still producing telemark boots for kids.
Garmont doesn't make telemark boots any longer.
Yeah,
they sold them to Scott, but
to Scott, yeah.
So funny enough, Scott actually still makes the G-Rex, and most people don't know that. So you can get it. I don't know. We finally figured it out in Salt Lake how to get them in the U.S. I don't know how that is in Europe, but yeah, I know. We need to. Yeah, people like us need to keep pushing. Like Scarpa actually used to make a boot called the TJ.
Yes.
Do you remember the TJ, or have you seen one?
Yes, the black ones.
Red,
no?
Actually. Yep.
Red.
But yeah, it was a kid's boot, and it's super soft, which makes it easy. So, Scarpa, if you're listening, bring back the TJ.
Yes.
We need kids'
Please,
boots.
Scarpa, we need kids' boot.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I know that's got to be hard when you only have like one boot in each size, but good for you for putting your own money into that. That's a cool story. I really respect that a lot.
Thank you. I'm happy too, because when I see the kids smiling and saying then at the end it's not so easy, and I said, okay, then let's keep doing it and it will get easier. And it's I have fun with kids, and I love kids. I love teaching. It's my profession, so it's not work. It's something that I like to do. So it's not even if I have to wake up every day and put these boots in the car, then put them with the out and ski in, ski out. But I love it because they go always away with a big smile. So I'm happy. Cool. I'm going away with a big smile too.
I love that. One question I have too, because I mean I've coached we've had a few kids programs over the years here, and I've helped coach. But one thing that's always interesting is that it seems like a lot of these kids start telemarking young, which is actually easier than people think it is. I think that kids do really well. But it seems like maybe they stop. Like after there's no program, it kind of fades away. Maybe that's just because they're kids and there's other things happening. But I guess, how do you think we could do a good job of, all of us that are teaching kids, how can we do a good job what do kids need to keep telemarking afterwards?
Like we here in Livigno, we have a Telemark club, Livigno. Mm-hmm. So these are actually the organizer of La Schieda, and they do some nice programs for kids. But it's not the whole year. It's some week during the winter. So it's not that they inspire to do races, because as well here in Europe we don't have telemark races, like as well no free ride competition in telemark. We have the only option you have is you go to run the World Cup.
Right.
So maybe start like to do some events with races, or as well what I'm doing is that is a bit not sad, but I always go to these festivals and they ski 2 days with me, and then I see these kids next year again. So it's not every weekend. It's
not consistent.
No.
Yeah.
This not. And many kids that came to me to these festivals, now it was last year, it was the third year I went to Davos, and this young guy, he was like, the day before the dad called me, he said, I cannot handle anymore. He wants just that it's tomorrow. And he's actually a skier and an ice hockey player. Mm. And he fell in love in telemark, and he said, we want to do it more, but no one offers telemark courses. Not many people are doing telemark courses as well, because there are not so many requests. So that's why I started to say, okay, but when there is no request, it's as well because we don't offer nothing, no? It's too easy to say, let's come and let's try telemark. You have like to organize and to call people and like to say, why you don't try telemark? Like make this thing a bit interesting, no?
Yeah.
So, and with the small kids, I actually love to be on not so steep slopes, more really, really flat, like really low speed. Because what I was seeing is when they were too fast, they were always pushing on the outside ski, they were doing like a snow plow. Like the inside leg was bended in telemark, but they were too fast, and so with the other one, they were doing like a little snow plow with the outside ski.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, it's too hard, because they have to think to slow down and then to bend as well in telemark. So I said, okay, I learned something from my mistake, and I said, let's go on the really flat slopes. And this was a good idea, because the kids have not to think about to slow down. And another tip that I want to give is like I let the kids use the alpenstock a lot, the lurk.
I know. I was going to ask you about that, because in all those pictures I see a lurk, which is pretty unique. And do you think Yeah, tell me your thought behind using the lurk for the kids.
Like one good exercise is like that I'm standing on the side of the kid, and we have this lurk on the like traverse horizontal, like I'm not sure if you
horizontal.
understood.
Yeah, I
yes.
Yeah, I got you.
So
traverse.
we hold it like a bicycle. So, and when the kids hold on the lurk, I can help them to stay up with the upper body, so they don't go down all together.
Oh, so you use it almost like a prop to hold
Yes.
them up so they can learn their
Up.
body technique.
So so they can really use the legs and like to swap the foots, like one front, one in the back, and then with like I tried it from the kids were from 6 to 10, 11, like this. And the other good thing is to use lurk is that when you are really you have to use your hands not to change from one side to the other.
Mm-hmm.
So in the transition, when the kids were changing the lurk from the inside to the other inside, the movement of the legs became slower. So they were not bending too early. They were bending actually after the falling line. So it was more not softer the turn, but more like a chain.
Yeah. No, like basically them having to switch the arm, like slowed down the transition so it was more correct. It sounds like.
Yes.
Yeah. Huh.
Because if not, many kids are bend already before the turn, like they finish one step, then they stand up, they bend immediately, and then they go inside the turn.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So when I was introducing the lurk with the kids, they were so concentrated how to change and swap that it was all the movement was late, and so after the falling line they were ready with the lurk, and then they were bending, so the edge as well was cutting really nice inside the snow, and it was a big party for me.
That's amazing.
I was
go ahead.
No, I was happy that it was working, because then when it's not working with little kids, then maybe they get frustrated. And then I said, no, don't worry, it's normal. And then sometimes I say, actually, it's for big people that have big muscles, and they were all laughing, and they were really happy. Actually, the parents too, because they said they were so we say stunning in English, like when you have big eyes, like you stand in front of a Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, like yeah, I know what you're saying. That makes sense. No, that's cool. I never thought. That's funny because a lot of times people use the lurk kind of as like a traditional thing, or you'd see that at La Schietta too. The people on the stilts, on the tall people with the lurk. So I just thought maybe that's why you guys were using them, but it sounds like it's more of a teaching tool, which is really neat that you found a way to use it that way.
Yeah, and then actually it helps the adults too, not only the kids. So this was a good
solution. I guess.
Good exercise, yes, good solution.
That's amazing. Wow, what a cool thing. I love learning about that. Well, do you have are you planning on doing, I know things are a little bit crazy with COVID and all that, but have you guys, do you know if you're going to be at any of the festivals this year?
Yes, so we organized already. Richard Schurf is already ready for a Freehill opening. The Freehill opening will be from 26th of 29th of November, and I hope I can be there with my kids' gear, and that the kids are coming. Actually, last year we had 2 girls from US, from the States. They were 2 twins.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure where they were from, but they traveled to Innsbruck, to Europe, to do a trip, and then they decided to come to Hintertux. So if the girls are hearing me, I say hello to all the family.
I love that.
And I hope you're coming back to Hintertux maybe 1 year or next year, or when it's all better, the situation. And then I will go to Davos again. And then we have here near Livigno, we have another big Telemark family. It's the valley next to us. It's Piega Malenka.
Oh, I've seen those guys. Yeah. Okay.
And they are really big group and really passionate telemarkers, and they organize really every year since many years. And I will be there with this. They ask me, "Can you come? We want to introduce Telemark to the ski club." And then hopefully I will go to Scufoneda.
Ah, Felice.
To the boss of the Carabinieri, no?
Yeah, he is. I'll tell you, he's the first guy that ever got me a helicopter ride in the Carabinieri helicopter. I was pretty excited about that.
He is now retired, and he said, I can think only to organize the La Scufoneda.
Oh, I love that. Those are good people. And yeah, for the listeners, Livignio is awesome. Going to Moena up to Scufoneda and meeting the Scufons is a fantastic adventure as well. So highly recommend.
Yes, if you want to come, you can always write me. I will give you some advice. And for Telemark, I do everything.
I love that. Yeah, and maybe tell the people, where can they find more on TelemarKids Project, and how can they contact you?
Actually, I have no internet site. I'm not so good at it. Always, my friends always say, you have to do one, but I actually don't know where to start.
That's probably good. You can go ski more. You can ski more, so you don't have to worry about that.
But I have Facebook and Instagram on my name, Lena Attorresi, or if not, TelemarKids Project. I started with an Instagram page, and there is my number and my email, and you can always text me and I will answer you for sure.
That's cool. I'll put the Instagram for sure in the show notes so people can find it and reach out. But Lena, such a great conversation. I'm so glad this is the first time we've actually even talked in person, and I really appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit more about your story and teaching kids and just sharing telemark in general. I think it's a really cool story, and like I said, much respect for you putting your own hard-earned money into helping other people learn the turn.
Yeah, I'm happy too, actually. I have to say as well that I teach a lot skiing too, because it's more requested.
Sure. So
I really, at 1st December, I start with ski instructing till 1st of May. But when I have time for my own, I'm always on telemark. So you never see, when I'm working, you will see me on skis. If not, you will see me on teles.
I love that. Well, it sounds like you're carrying the family tradition on. I'm sure your mom's proud. And your dad's proud that you became an instructor finally, so that's good.
Yeah. After all of these fights, yes, I think so.
I love that. Well, I hope the next time I come to Italy, we can share some grappa together and
yes,
and do some skiing. So hey, thanks again, and we'll make sure to check in again and do another podcast maybe after next year and see how the TelemarKids Project's going.
Okay, I really appreciate your call. Thank you for having me with you, and let's keep in touch. Maybe I will come if it's possible, I want to come to ski the States, because I've never been. I've never been to the States skiing, so
we would love to have you.
It's on my list.
Yeah, keep it on your list. We've got plenty of places to show you.
Okay, thank you. Grazie mille, veramente.
Grazie mille, Lena. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao. I always love talking to my Italian friends. That was a great conversation with Lena. Couldn't be more excited about people starting kids programs and putting their own sweat equity into getting that stuff going and sharing it with other people. And I know there's many, many others out there that have done that and are going to do it. And I think Lena's story is an inspiration to all of us about what we can do and how we can put stuff together to share our passion for telemark skiing. So how you can support us, always appreciate you listening to the podcast. If you dig it and you want to support it, currently you can make a donation of your choice, paypal.me/freehilllife. I'm exploring some other options with that as well. But we do love the small donations that you make, and it helps us keep it going and keep this information coming at you. You can also shop at freehilllife.com. We hope to be your preferred telemark shop this season and help you out with whatever it may be. You can check out articles, reviews, and the like at telemarkskier.com. And as always, you can email me at podcast@freehilllife.com. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you dig it. Let me know if I need something on my radar that maybe I haven't mentioned yet, or something we can chew on together in a future episode. Much love to you people out there, and appreciate you listening. Hope you're enjoying it. And until next week, spread telemark always.